Hey everyone, so this is a review of the mango variety called ice cream. So this is the pretty famous uh, ice cream mango. A lot of people have heard about this. I've heard about this for a while and I've heard amazing things about this. So this mango was gifted to me by my friend Max. You're watching this, Max. Thanks so much. This is very generous of you. First time I'm gonna get a shot to try this ice cream mango. It's not world famous, but it could be, I guess, because a lot of people have heard about how good this mango is. So it's a pretty small mango. It's a pretty small sized mango. It's not really a big mango. I'm surprised that it turned yellow. All the reviews sometimes I see in Florida looks like it doesn't break color, but I guess here in California it does turn yellow. So come on, we're gonna review this right now. Okay. So first off, the aroma of this mango, the smell of the skin, kind of reminds me of curry mango. And a curry mango is what reminds me of very kind of very mild Quezon mango, which has that saffron kind of smell to it, but just very mild, like just hints of it. That's what curry reminds me of. But I haven't had enough curries to really know if it may have more stronger smell. If kind of picked at the right time and stuff like that. But that's what this mango reminds me of. Just like a kind of like a curry aroma. But the sap is very interesting. The sap reminds me of a bit of like, not a bit. It kind of leans toward. I guess they group that into like the West Indies flavor profile. The terpenes on that, where it's kind of like a Bombay and a bit of like a guava Saint Elone kind of terpenes to it. But this one's a bit more complex. It smells a lot more sweeter, and it also has hints of like saffron. It smells sweeter and hints of saffron. It's interesting. Yeah, it has a lot of that kind of like West Indies, I guess, terpenes smell to it, but just sweeter. Very nice, very nice aroma. I enjoy this more than the other kind of uh, flavors I had of this, where it's kind of fell into that bucket. Okay, okay. Now let's cut this. Oh, before I cut this, let me just kind of give you guys a bit of a history on this mango. This mango was brought into Florida by Maurice Kahn. He's pretty well-known fruit guy out in Florida, and he found this in his travel in the Caribbeans. Yeah, and he brought it back into Florida, and it's pretty well known. In terms of the growth habit, it's a slow growing tree. And in California, for me, at least for me, it's been like probably one of the most frustrating variety I've grown. Like my grafted one that I have on a Kent rootstock hasn't done well. I grafted this on several different trees and it just has been slow growing. And Max, which gifted me this, he has a nice looking ice cream mango, and I guess the secret to kind of get this to kind of bit flourish, especially with these more dwarf varieties, is kind of just to have them by themselves. On an established tree, have that entire branch to itself, or else it just kind of gets out competed by a lot of the other varieties. So that's a bit about it. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this now. flesh is a yellowish color, a little bit more on the paler side. This one seems to have a little bit of, hopefully this does not affect the flavor, but there's like these little gaps. I kind of get this sometimes too on some of the late season fruit. But yes, a bit more paler yellow colored. Okay, let me go ahead and taste this. Skin is edible. It's not bitter or anything like that, but it just contains some terpenes. Wow, this is a really great mango. And this falls right into the bucket of kind of flavors I like. You know, that Indian kind of flavor group. What does this remind me of? So this reminds me of a bit of a Iman Passan. So I'm tasting a lot of that flavor from the Iman Passan, where it's spice, but it's leaning towards that kind of licorice, kind of profile. However, it's a little bit more complex. What I'm also getting from it is there's a bit of like a curry, and a bit of like a like the queso, like the curry has a like really mild hints of that kind of saffron, kind of bouquets, queso flavoring that you get from it. So I'm getting a bit of that too, which I do not get from an Iman Passan, which kind of makes this a little bit more complex. And then in terms of the terpenes that it finishes off with, it's kind of like kind of more that Bombay, bit of that Bombay, bit of that guava Saint Elon kind of terpenes I'm getting off of that. Let me try a bit more of this. Wow, that's really good. So yes, that kind of confirms what I'm kind of tasting. This reminds me, like not of it, but I would say about a much more complex Iman Passan, meaning that maybe 70% of that flavor kind of reminds me of Iman Passan, was kind of leaning towards licorice. The rest of that, the rest of the other flavors is more like a combination of kind of like a Cari and a Bombay. The sweetness on this is very good. It's more of a kind of like a balanced sweetness. There's some acidity to it, kind of like a candy sharpness to it that I did not get from an Iman Passan, which was like more kind of just a kind of sugary honey sweet. Wow. This is a very good mango, and this I mean, if I would have to kind of eat this maybe sometime in the long future when I ever get a chance to kind of eat this side by side with a Iman Passan. Iman Passan is my favorite mango, but this is right up there. This might challenge it if I challenge it for the best for my favorite spot for a mango. The flavor is a bit more complex. I love the texture. The texture is like that creamy texture that you get from a lot of these Indian mangoes, I mean, I'm gonna just kind of, you can just watch me finish this. So it's not a small seed. This is a pretty big seed in comparison to the size of the fruit. Yeah, in comparison to the size of the fruit, it's a pretty big seed. But this is an amazing flavor. And the finish, the lingering that I get on this seems to last forever. And I think with a K-saw is one that lasts a pretty long time for me in terms of the finish. But that's like kind of more like a kind of like you kind of get more that saffron, strong saffron finish on a K-saw. And then in Iman Passan, you get more of that kind of strong licorice finish, but I don't think it lasts as long as a K-saw. This probably lasts, this finish and aroma lasts just as long as a K-saw, I think. Again, this is a much more complex mango, kind of give me hints of Iman Passan, like hints of like that Cari kind of K-saw, a bit of saffron in it that you get, and like kind of strong kind of terpenes that you kind of get from like a bit of a Bombay or a Guava Saint Elone mango. Oh, this is a very good mango. And I wish I had like a Iman Passan to taste this side by side, but this might kind of replace Iman Basan in my list as my top mango, despite its kind of small size and big seed. So, well, that's my review for this. It kind of live up to expectations. I mean, sometimes mangoes are, or anything is kind of hard to live up to the expectation you kind of hear when you hear about things. And I think this lived up to the expectation. And it falls right into the bucket of flavors that I love in a mango, that Indian kind of spice and terpenes flavor group. So, well, okay. That's my review. Shout out to Max. Thanks again for this amazing mango. All right. Thank you, everyone.